Hello, and welcome to my training, Defending Against Social Engineering, Protecting People, Not Just Passwords. My name is Matthias Giesler, and I'm a technical customer service trainer with a strong background in cybersecurity principles. I've worked on both the front lines and behind the scenes training support teams to recognize and defend against social engineering threats. Why is this topic important? Because you, not your computer and not your systems, are often the first line of defense in any cyber attack. What is social engineering? Social engineering is the art of manipulation. It's about using psychological tactics like urgency, fear, or misplaced trust to trick people into handing over confidential information. These attacks come in different forms. Phishing, which are fake emails. Vishing, which are voice-based scams. Pretexting, in which an attacker can impersonate an employee. And tailgating, in which an attacker will commit to physical intrusions on the company's property. These attackers all have one goal in mind: to bypass security by targeting human behavior. Why should you care? Over 90% of cyber attacks begin with human error. Hackers aren't always looking to exploit firewalls. They're exploiting you. As frontline support staff, you are often the primary target because attackers know you're helpful, fast-paced, and you're likely to have access to sensitive systems. Let's cover some common attack types. Phishing is regarding false emails. They may look like a legitimate email, but they often have malicious intent. Phishing are phone scams pretending to be tech support or leadership. And there's pretexting. The attacker may say something like, "Hi, I'm from HR," when they're really not. There's also baiting, in which an attacker may send a malicious message or email with a message like, "Download this free software." It may sound helpful, but it often ends badly. And there's also tailgating, in which someone sneaks in behind you through a secure door. Always question what feels off whenever these attacks occur. Let's look at this phishing email example. It says, "Your password is expiring. Click here to reset." It may sound urgent, right? But let's look at what's wrong here. There may be a wrong logo. There may be a sketchy sender, like here, admin-support@company, spelled with 2 Y's.com. They will also have suspicious links. Never click without verifying, and never let urgency override your caution. Here's another one. You get a call. You may hear something like, "Just give me the customer's login. I'll take responsibility." But let's take a look at the red flags. There could be a spoofed caller ID. They refuse to verify who they are. And they may have a pushy tone. Don't let someone's urgency become your mistake. So, how do we protect ourselves from such attacks? The first thing to do is to stay calm. Rushing is what the attackers want. They will try to manipulate you into rushing into action without thinking things through. Always follow your company's procedures. They're there for a reason. Always verify the identity of the sender. If they do not verify their identity, do not give them any information. Whenever you see any suspicious activity like this, report it to your supervisors. Now, let's recap what we covered so far. We covered what social engineering is. We covered common attack types. I gave 2 real-world examples. And I talked about how to recognize and respond to such threats. So what's next? To go deeper, we'll explore tools they use to test awareness, a checklist of red flags, and I will show you how to report to phishing emails. Let's empower ourselves with knowledge and action. Knowledge is power, after all. So here, we have 2 industry standard tools used to test defenses. We have SET, which is Social Engineer's Toolkit. It's one of the most popular open source tools for simulating social engineering attacks like phishing, credential harvesting, amongst other things. I have the link here. And there's also GoPhish, which I also have the link here. It is a powerful and user-friendly phishing framework that lets you create and manage phishing campaigns. Remember, these tools should be used for ethical uses only. These are for simulation and training in approved environments. Never use them outside these permitted settings. By doing so, it is not only illegal, it's unethical. Now, here's our red flag checklist. So, you should watch out for things like misspelled URLs, like Microsoft spelled with a 0 instead of an O, .com, instead of the legitimate site Microsoft.com. They may use scare tactics like act now or lose access. Keep an eye out for unfamiliar links or attachments. Always check for grammar mistakes. You should also look out for emails with messages like, you won this or you won that. If it's too good to be true, it often is. And also keep an eye out for requests for personal info through email. If you suspect a phishing email, don't click anything. Take a screenshot or note details. Forward it to your supervisor or IT team. Delete it after reporting and follow up if you're unsure. Some companies have a phishing report button. If you're not sure, ask your supervisor. If you have any questions or want to give me feedback on this training, feel free to contact me at matt.giesler737@gmail.com. I'm always open to improving and learning together. Thank you for watching. With awareness and vigilance, we can stop social engineering before it ever gets through the door. Goodbye.